think that's really important to remember. So this is an important point for all of you listening.
Maybe that's the topic of the
Maybe
video.
that should be the topic of the video.
Yeah. All right, guys, new title for the video. Do this. The secret to a good training game. Too early for this. This is high quality athlete food, otherwise known as porridge or oats.
When I got to know Ciana in Mankato in Minnesota back in 2018, she ate, no joke, 5 bowls of oats a day.
It was actually 3. But the even funnier part of it is that I used to not like oats. So I was like trying to eat healthy. So I would just eat them like cereal, like with milk, like dry.
That's crazy
not
behavior.
Cooked. I know. Yeah. Things you didn't know you needed to know. But we have a handball training game today. So yeah, against a very, very special guest.
Never mind the handball. This is one of the biggest things for this year. We have such a fancy coffee machine, so we are now coffee pros. We're learning lots here. It's a competition.
Just like everything else in this house. It smells so nice.
I know. Come on, Frida, you can do this.
Ooh. Okay, come on. Whatever you do, don't panic. Ooh.
Okay, you know what? I'll take that.
That's, you know.
Like, I panicked. I started to do the thing, I panicked.
Ooh.
What happened to your milk?
I let too much air go in. I am cool, calm, and collected. Come on, make... No! Like, you know, when you can see the fucking foam on top, you know there's a problem.
Cheers, big ears. Oh yeah, that's a good cup.
We're doing some work, hence why we're up so early on a Sunday morning. Set up one new person with their strength and conditioning program, handball training, and then we'll get our first one-to-one in next week. And then we have one other person to set up. And then all the OGs to keep programming for. So lots of work to do on Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And
Okay.
And just so you know, like, obviously no pressure to work with me or Oz or, you know, all the amazing things we do. But your toughest opponent is doing a program that's helping them get better. Frida, you probably didn't hear me coming.
I had no idea you were gonna come over here.
What you doing?
I am editing our last performance journaling video for now. That will go live in, I don't know, at some point.
This is exclusive insight.
Exclusive insight, yeah.
Pre-training snack, which is a bagel. Brunost, otherwise known as brown cheese, a Swedish, a Norwegian phenomenon that Frida has obviously brought into my life, because Frida is half Norwegian, if you did not know.
Fun fact! Best of both worlds.
Yeah, and then we also have some homemade apple butter made by Frida's mom. Delicious.
Oh, yeah. That right there.
This is also cheese slicer. I don't know, like, is this a thing in Ireland? I don't think it is. Like, I think people in Ireland go like this the cheese. But this is a cheese slicer, guys, and I've been using it for about 5 years, and Frida still gets annoyed when I do it because apparently I butcher the cheese. But look, it cuts you a nice...
What is that?
But look at the slice you get. So guys, get yourself a cheese slicer. It's really good.
I'm just gonna have to demonstrate how you actually use the cheese slicer. Like, this is a big no-no. We call this a skiing slope, okay? Like, we don't do that. We don't want mountains and canyons on our cheese, all right? So we need to have a gentle but firm hand. Check this out, nice and smooth, start to finish, boom, got it done. Here you go. I'm gonna fix the other side too. Boom, got it done. Like,
yeah, I do see.
It must just be in my DNA, I don't know.
those cinematic shots take a lot of work. It looks cool, doesn't it? But then you feel like a clown leaving your phone behind.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's great. Alright, we're on the way to Clare Galway.
Yeah, you.
Woo! Also want to say it's such a relief to have my chauffeur, my highly paid chauffeur back in the country. So now I can focus on what really matters, top quality videos.
And playing handball, yeah?
Oh yeah, handball. Thanks, Frida.
You're welcome.
In the budget, Get me! Look at her. Warming up. No?
Not that new, eh?
Mine is always first.
Training game done.
Yes.
What did you call that training game? There was a time out you came out, and what did you call the training game?
Oh. What did I
Ciana
call?
said, "This is a training game from hell."
This is going to be training block from hell.
Not to be dramatic or anything.
Like, guys, I think people ask me, Ciana, how are you so good at like handling, frustration and like, a question we got in the last video, if you've missed our Q&A, go check it out, is like, what do you do if like you get a string of bad shots? And let me tell you guys, I get a lot of practice in handling these things in training. Then when it comes to competition, I'm like, oh, that's okay, because that's exactly what happened last week when I was playing my training game. And it was actually the funniest game, and I don't think Niamh will mind me saying this, because it was like, she would play really good shots and like, get a string of points, a long string of points. And then 5 minutes later, I would get a really long string of points, and then it would swing back the other way. It was like the funniest training game, very up and down and around and roundabouts. But sure, that's what it's all about.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Me and Niamh we have really good competitive games, so like it kind of does allow us to practice everything that we will experience in a competition, like whether it is a patch of like, they're playing really well and you're struggling, like that's also going to happen in competition. So like, how do you figure that out?
You never experience those emotions outside of games that are competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like those things would be difficult to handle.
Yeah.
So you're getting great practice.
If we think about a thing that I wanted to focus on in today's game is currently trying to focus on using the sidearm a lot more on the back wall, because I've got into this weird habit of using the underarm a lot. I did use the sidearm a lot more today. It wasn't very accurate, but that's okay. I still did it.
Yeah.
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 That was a win. But not interestingly, we are 1 week post the Mick Kerr now.
Oh yeah.
And like one of the things I talked about for Mick Kerr was like, hitting the ball so hard. I really noticed that today. Like I had to actively be like, okay, we don't have to try to put the ball through the wall on every single shot. There's such a fine difference between like hitting a great shot and like not.
Yeah.
So it does take a while to kind of get back into the groove with that. Training games are not about literally how the game goes in terms of outcome, which is why we're not going to talk about the outcome. Some people might be curious, but like I genuinely think the outcome of training games is so irrelevant, and people who remember that will probably get more out of their training games.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So this is an important point for all of you listening.
Maybe that's the topic of the
Maybe
video.
that should be the topic of the video.
Yeah. All right, guys, new title for the video. Do this. The secret to a good training game.
There you have it.
There we go. That's why we have this title on the video. Like, training is to improve certain things. So like, if your only objective in a training game is to win, you're just going to play how you usually play. You're going to play how you're comfortable playing. Because like, let's say someone goes up 10-5 on you, but like your only objective is to win. You're just going to do the serve you know works against this person who you always play against. And like, what do you actually gain from that? Like, nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so like training games I think are a lot more effective if we just like leave the ego outside. Sometimes that might mean accepting an L, but you actually work on the serve you want to bring into competition, you know, like the serve you've been trying to develop, or hitting a sidearm off the back wall instead of an underarm, because like otherwise you are just going to focus on what's going to get me the most points, which is not the point of a training game.
Yeah, and like what we do in training, we do in competitive games. And if we are never trying those things in training that might be higher risk because maybe we're trying to improve something, we're never going to bring that into an actual competitive game. And what happens when we're playing competitively is that we fall to what's comfortable a lot of the time, right? Because that's why we improve certain things, so that we can do it comfortably in training games. I mean, so in competitive games.
Yeah, like training games. If you don't feel like you're improving from your training games, then like something is not right. So yeah, try it out. Pick 1 or 2 things to focus on in training games and watch how your game will improve for competition.
Yeah. Good nugget.
Yeah. So next, we got to get our post-workout fuel.
Do I get one too?
Yeah, you've been working hard.
I've been working
Look at
so
those
hard.
action shots. Pew, pew. She had to work hard to make us look good today.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, stop. I'm joking.